where I can actually save billions of people. You know, like it sounds however it sounds, but I hate when people look at me. They go back and tell me these things. So I'm now waiting. I've accepted this person that I'm supposed to be, this person that people keep telling me that I am. I'm accepting this. Now I want to go ahead and, kind of get started with things, make some changes and stuff, do things that powerful people do. I don't know. Um, yeah, let's start with some of those laws you guys created that are, still enslaving your people. How about that? Um, yeah, poor Candace Owens. I don't want to say I'm happy that happened to her, but she does have a sense of ignorance when she talks and speaks to people, and while she's entertaining people with her conversations, and trying to make it sound extremely intelligent at the same time. Okay, um, that's that's what she's doing. She is using politics conversation as a way in order to maintain generating income or supporting herself financially or whatever. But there's a reason for it. And my thing, if you guys don't know who Candace Owens is, she's not really, I don't want to say she's not important, but she's a well known influencer in the political sphere, right? Who likes to make it seem like she is God. And then she likes to put people down and make them feel bad and stuff, and she plays on hurting people mentally, physically, and emotionally in order to, you know, her career. It's kind of like that one guy the Perez guy back in the day who used to go and talk about celebrities and stuff like that. He eventually stopped doing that, but I think that's what launched his career as well. There's a lot of people who launch their careers based off of knowing this and then utilizing it to hurt and harm others through conversation, which is the reason why Mr. Macron sent her a cease and desist because she felt like, well, hey, I'm going to test this theory to see if people actually care. They do care. And now you see how much they care. Um, so you played a game with the devil. You want to see what he looks like, and now that's exactly what happened. That's what happened with Candace. Candace is not God. Candace can have everything taken away from her and be homeless, just like any homeless person out there on the street. And if she feels that these things cannot happen to her, then I would have to tell her that they eventually will happen in some way, fashion, or form. God's gonna do that, not me. Um, yeah. So what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good night. I'm working on my music. Let me get this algorithm right because if I don't, nowadays the AI like picks up words that you say in order to know where to place you and get people to watch your stuff. So producers, music, producers. Is this working? No. No, but for real though, if you guys don't know that, I just learned recently that social media influencer peoples and I'm sorry, apps and whatnot, they use like hearing your voice. It's gotten that sophisticated where they can actually listen to what you're saying to know if you're, important or if you're talking about some good stuff. So I'm almost bored with life. I'm ready to leave this place. You have no idea, and I'm not making a joke about that. Um, I don't know how to explain that to you guys, but once you get to the point to where I don't want to say understand everything about what it means to be human, but you pretty much understand the other humans around you, like as if it's their books or, you know what I mean? And it's like you're living in a world that you're not supposed to be in. So I gladly, genuinely feel this way. I do not want to be here around all these other humans. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be here. Um, I don't feel like I'm supposed to be living in a world to where I am living. How do I say this? I am unaware, walking around. You know what I mean? And experiencing other people who are unaware, and just I don't know. There's so many levels to it. It's like a whole matrix of. I'm just really happy to know that I get to understand that I am leaving this earth one day, and that there are billions of people who are afraid of that and who don't understand that. So that's that, yeah. And I just think it's really sad in terms of the world that we live in, how you have all these people who are killing each other, who don't understand the nature of who and what they are as humans. And how could you want to be around billions of humans, people, to where it's like you're the only one that realizes what's happening, what's going on. It'll make you feel trapped, you know? So when I say I genuinely don't want to be here, I don't. I'm not trying to continue to be on this earth to try to experience things, understand things, and do things that I know to be true. I'm not confused. I'm not lost. I'm not still trying to figure out, you know, the basics when it and the nature of what it means to be human. I feel like when you lack this, it creates a void of hunger to where you have to continuously, you're hungry for wanting to know this consciously and subconsciously, to where if it's a subconscious situation, you'll just be aimless living until you find the information that you need to validate like your understanding. However, yeah, he likes it. What the Steven Hernandez. What's up, Steven? Um, Will Smith. Zoe Will Smith. Right. So that's what I was saying. Yeah, pretty much, that's what it means to be aware. When you have got to the point to where you understand the nature of what it means to be human, and oh, I feel like I'm lost in the world. I'm not really doing one thing. I'm sorry that you guys actually want to talk about this right now. Oh my God. Obviously, y'all want to talk about this, so we're going to talk about it. Let me just like to take a second and say thank you, YouTube, for being a non-discriminatory environment when it comes to people that smoke and whatever. I hope I said that right. What are you talking about? I was talking about the fact that people are not aware of what they are and who they are as humans. And people are really unaware of that. One of the most things that I'm excited about is knowing that I'm leaving this earth, knowing that I'm dying, and not having to stay here with all of these other bodies, these other humans that are still craving the need to experience things physically to understand or try to understand who and what they are and what it means to be human, because that's what they're doing. And once you get to the point to where you realize this and see that they're doing these things, you're no longer going to want to be around them. You're not going to want to associate them. You're not going to go and sit and look at someone and say, hey, are they confused? You're going to know for sure that they are confused about whatever it is that they're confused about based on the nature of, you know, who we are as humans. You're going to see, it's like, you're going to see like people doing things and following each other just because, and realizing that it's a pattern that's been happening to where they realize and follow each other just because, and they do it up until a certain time period, and then that's when they switch and change and understand that they're supposed to develop individualism and not act like the people around them. And this is a pattern of humans. For example, this applies to every human. I don't have to go and ask every human this question to know that this is the truth about every single human being on this earth. And the sad part is that for humans to not understand this and to know the truth and become afraid of knowing, like, hey, is this true? And then going and creating lifestyles to seem cool around the other humans around them just to survive socially and not have any concern anymore towards understanding what it means to be human is concerning to me. So I don't want to be in a world or around people, other human bodies that genuinely do not have any or no longer have interest in terms of understanding who we are and why we're here. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm looking forward to knowing that I'm supposed to leave this earth and die one day. I don't want to be around people who are afraid. So who are just that. You know what I mean? Elliot James Black, man, go y'all. Bet soon, I bet you date men. Colored. The fact that you, and this is another thing about men making comments about other men's, if men were not, if, listen to me, and I hope you guys pay attention to this guy's comment because I'm about to use you as an example, buddy. One thing that I've noticed about humans is that they say what's on their minds and the things that they're interested in, that they like to, whatever, right? This is how humans are, right? Everywhere around the world, not just in American culture, Indian culture, Chinese culture, you go to any other country and culture, the men are the same, especially when it comes to the things that they are attracted to and the things that they will do to survive in order to be men in their societies. So now let's go back to this question right here. We're going to take a moment, you guys, and scroll and look at my comments. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm getting ready to say this to you. Okay, but if you look at someone and the first thought in your mind when you look at that person is automatically related to sex, then that means that when you look at men, and not just any man, it would have to be a man that you were attracted to or a woman or another human for that. That's the only reason that Mr. whatever his name is would make this comment, right? I've learned that when I see attractive people, that those are attractive human beings. I've learned that when I see an attractive man, that's an attractive man. However, I've also learned that there is a group of men that not group, but there are many men who also understand this in terms of this being the true nature of who we are as men. And I understand that over time, there are men that have come to this understanding and become aware of it and afraid of it and decide to create lifestyles to survive because of the fear of understanding this, something that's supposed to come natural to them. Looking at someone else and knowing that they're attractive has nothing to do with sex. However, if you look at someone and you have nothing but sexual thoughts, so every time you look at a guy, whether they be ugly or bald or whatever, every time you look at another male, if sex comes to your mind, if you thinking about that person doing sexual acts with another person continuously pops in your mind every time you look at someone, then that is an example of who and what you are as a human, right? So I'm going to go back to your question. I'm going to say no to all of whatever you just said. Why? Because this is a reflection of what thoughts that are in your mind. Immediately when you looked at me, this is what you wanted to see. I know this because when I look at males and females, I've learned to control my desires when it comes to both males and females and humans in general, that I don't get shocked or flabbergasted, or I don't insult attractive men. I don't insult attractive females, and I don't, and I understand what it means now when someone does that. I understand what it means when people focus on those things. So, sir, I'm going to tell you that you need to go experience a little bit more of the statements that you just made. That way you can understand what it means to be human, Mr. Elliott. So we're going to look at Elliott's comments, you guys. Thank you so much for your comments, Elliott. I understand, so I believe in God, but I believe that there's another God, but I still love him. Jesus is Lord. You guys are amazing. I'm so happy. I think I explained that in a good way. Meaning you can't keep looking at a person that and having thoughts towards wanting to hurt that person and them not knowing it and then making a comment one day saying, you know what, you should just go and die. They're going to be so confused about why you said that. Why would you say that? Because you've been thinking about it constantly, or thinking about it to the point to where if it wasn't about that person, whatever thoughts that are in your mind that you say and comes out of your mouth. For example, if I am looking at oh God, anytime you look at someone and refer directly to whatever they could possibly be doing sexually in terms of their activity, this is because you're interested in understanding this about this human. That's it, period. And this is the reason why I want to die, because I live in a world full of men and women and humans just like this Elliott person, and this is the reason why I don't want to be here on this earth. Like, why would you want to be around billions of men to where you know this to be the truth? And you know that this is exactly what's happening, but lifestyles were created socially to where it's created so much violence in terms of humans because of their fear of the nature of who and what they are. God's not going to be able to help you. God's not going to go back and reteach you how to understand how to be present around other men or to be present around other females, or how to digest things mentally when it comes to that. One thing that I have learned, I used to think, I'm going to go back to your comment. I used to get mad when people would make comments like that, but I realized that no, whatever someone's thinking, that's what they're interested in. So that's just like saying, hey, are you over there sniffing cocaine? Why would I ask that? Possibly because I want to fucking sniff some cocaine, right? Anytime, hey, you look like you're stealing. Even if I'm not going to go and steal, I'm just giving you examples right now. Just, creating these examples. Even if I'm not going to go steal, either A, I wanted to, or B, I was thinking about the idea of fucking stealing. You know what I mean? Especially if that person wasn't doing those things. And even if I was wrong about what the person was doing, still that is a thought that lingers in my mind when it comes to other humans and certain activities, which is the reason why you refer to that in terms of... So no, I refuse to allow you to look at an attractive man and then not understand why you're attracted to that man, and then tell yourself that an attractive man, I'm going to say that you're going to be traumatized for the rest of your life. And I think that's exciting. I think the best thing in the world is to understand the true nature of humans and is to be able to sit there and watch them running around like rats doing exactly what you know that they're doing in their heads mentally, physically, and emotionally. To watch a group of men when you're 300% sure about the nature of what men are, the most fascinating thing would be to sit there and watch those men interact amongst each other. I really don't know how to explain that to you. It's tasteful, it's beautiful, it's calming, it's everything. The truth is everything. It sets you free. It allows you to just know how to maneuver around other humans, you know, especially when you know and see the nature of what they're doing and the truth behind the nature of that. There'd be nothing that they could do to hurt you unless they physically actually did hurt you. But other than that, physically, mentally, emotionally, nah, you're good. You're good. It's like you're living amongst a group of confused bodies, entities that are so afraid of the thoughts that are inside of their minds, they've created lifestyles to survive amongst each other to where you can clearly see that now this is what's happening, right? Um, and I think that that's awesome. If I was God and I was watching all humans right now, I would literally have those same thoughts in mind and just be sitting there looking, laughing at all of the men and women who are doing exactly what I just described, knowing that that's exactly what they're doing, and then asking for forgiveness and begging for God to save them at the same time, knowing why they're doing it, only because they're dying, because they're afraid of dying, not because they truly understand the truth of what's happening to them or why. The truth will set you free. Remember that. So if God goes and decides to wipe everyone out, what's going to set you free? Just answer that question. There you go. You get it. Just put two and two together. No, God will continue to wipe out those and to remove those that are creating, you know, evil and unknowingly. Those are the first he's going to go into. I don't know how to explain that. Any group of people that have continuously become a problem over time for the other groups of humans, if I were God, I would go and find a way to remove them. I would see that they've become so confused about why they are attracted to each other physically, mentally, and emotionally, whether it be males and males, females and females, both back and forth. I would see the lifestyles that they created as a way to, how do I to survive socially because of the fear of their thoughts and, you know, them not understanding their thoughts in connection to the nature of who and what they are as humans. I would see a pattern of these things happening, the things that they would hide all the time, the things that they would do all the time in terms of this environment. I would be able to use that one day as a way to reverse engineer it and see the true nature of humans. That doesn't make sense. I don't know what does. This is the reason why I say that when you truly understand the truth in terms of us being human, you're not going to want to be here anymore. I learned everything I need to learn. I understand everything I need to understand. I'm not confused about why men are doing certain things or why women are doing certain things or why things are happening. I'm genuinely ready to, exit and move on to the next plane because of this, by the way. So once you truly understand this, you're not going to want to be around any other human. You're not going to want to be here on this earth. You'll just see people, humans, putting on shows, putting on lifestyles. And then the crazy part is the ones that are going to try to put you in their lifestyles based off of their, interpretation of how you act and things or talk and stuff, and tell themselves that, hey, what they're doing is because they're, and convince themselves of who and what you are and how you think, and have that as a pressure of living amongst the other humans. Who would want to live amongst the group of humans who've convinced themselves that you act and think a certain way, and it's the most ignorant thing in the world. It's stupid, right? So I'm gonna tell you. Let's go back to Elliot. Just want to focus on you for a second. Elliot Jameson. I'm gonna go find you on social media. You should probably block me if you don't want that to happen. But then I'm gonna go and post a TikTok and tell people on TikTok to go and find you. So you should probably just delete your social media altogether. I was gonna give you my time and energy again, but I'm not. I rested my case. I think I did a good job doing that. I'm lost in the world, not really doing one thing but attracted to many. The best thing is to be lost and then to find yourself, meaning to become so confused about knowing that everything around you is a lie, get to the point to realize you realize the lie and then start to see the truth and behind everything that you've been lied to about. This is the true truth. And once you get past that point, then you'll really start to see people for who and what they are. And then once you see that as the truth, you're not gonna really want to be here anymore. You're not gonna, because your human experiences, in terms of you understanding how your mind works, how other people's minds work, that's pretty much, you know, one of the biggest benefits of your human experience, right? Is to understand the minds of the other humans. It's exciting. Why do you think people like to trick people? Why do you think people? I'm not gonna go into details about tricking people. I was gonna say something that you didn't want to. Yeah, anyway, there was a period where men would dress like, where the men were confused about the other men and whether or not they were attracted to each other, and they would trick them and dress like females because of this curiosity of knowing of whether or not the other men were actually attracted to them sexually. And then it got to the point, so over time, now I want to talk about it, to where they realized that, oh crap, it's not that the men are, you know, attracted to me sexually. The men are just attracted to appearance, physical. I don't know how to explain this, but that's it. I know that for a fact that everything I just told you is true. I know for a fact that every man on this earth is true. And I know how to have balance and how to understand this. I know that there's no right and wrong when it comes to experiencing other things with humans, male or female, on this earth. And I know that God never gave instructions for us to hurt and harm each other or create lifestyles around the things that we're afraid of, that we don't understand when it comes to the nature of who we are as humans. God did not want us to create lifestyle when it comes to things that we don't understand around the nature of what it means to be human. I really appreciate it. Zoe, you shouldn't say that. You won't die because God created you to live. God created you to live and experience life on this earth. You have to leave this earth one day. If you refused to understand that you're supposed to leave this earth, if you see leaving this earth in any way, fashion, or form as a bad thing, if you project death as a bad thing, that's just like looking at life as a bad thing. You can't look at death as something that's bad. Then if you do, you have to look at life, because life and death are the same thing. So I'm just going to tell you that if you are afraid to live, or if you're taking life for granted to the point to where you're not understanding this, then you're going to be afraid to die. You won't really be enjoying life that way. You can experience everything you need to experience up until the point that you leave this earth. You should be embracing that. So I don't know how to explain that to you any other way, Zoe, but no, you should embrace death as much as life itself. And you should understand the difference and not become traumatized between the meaning of the words life and death and what they mean. It should be the most beautiful thing in the world for you in terms of understanding the connections between life and death. What's going on? What's good, gangster? I'm doing great. I'm good. What's good, gangster? I like the words that you guys use in order to, like, you know, make yourself seem more masculine when it comes to speaking to other human males in the world. Why smoking? Why? What are you smoking? Smoking marijuana. It's medical marijuana. And I'm talking about how humans don't understand why they're here on this earth. Like, everyone's afraid of dying. Zoe just made a comment, and I'm not mad at her at all for this, but it's a common misconception that every human has. You can't possibly say, oh, hey, I believe in God, but then get extremely afraid of death, dying, leaving. What have you done on this earth that makes you so afraid that if you die and go back to God, that you're like, no, is that what it is? I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that you've done so many crazy things, or know that you have, or supposed to understand what it meant to understand how to be human, and make these mistakes and not continue to make them. Maybe it's because you've got to the point where you've understood that you've done all these crazy things, that you're afraid of dying. And I mean, and if that's not the case, because it probably isn't, that's just probably 1% of people. I can tell you for a fact that, oh, your bedtime is 11:30. How does my phone know he thinks he's getting somewhere? Yeah, and then it gets to the point to where you understand humans like to hurt and harm each other physically, mentally, and emotionally. And then people that make comments like he thinks he's getting somewhere, all this stuff like that. I'm so happy that I understand that humans like yourself in that comment, you guys like to hurt and harm. You don't care about understanding what it means to be human. You like to hurt and harm other humans physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's a form of ignorance to where you don't even care and don't want to try to care about emotions and how they work and how it affects the other person. You don't care about understanding what it means to be human. Your goal is to just say the most nastiest things to and to evoke as much emotion and to hurt and harm the other human as much as you can. So I'm going to tell you that I know that you're trying to hurt and harm as many people as you can when it comes to the words that come out of your mouth. I'm not sitting here and confused trying to figure out if that's happening. I'm not trying to figure out if the words and if anything that you're doing right now is. No, this is the beautiful part about being about understanding what it means to be human. Once you understand what it means to be human, you're not going to be confused about anything another human does. You'll clearly see what they're doing, understand it, and but you won't be afraid by it. So if it makes you feel good in this, I'm gonna say that I understand. Yeah. And for the people, for humans on this earth who refuse to understand what it means to be human and who refuse to understand God should die. They deserve death. And I sincerely mean that. Because God would not like that. God come back to this earth, look for all the lost people who are creating evil and harm for all the others, and he would immediately kill them, wipe them away, take them off this earth. And I would completely agree with him doing that. I think this is exactly what should happen one day. I feel like if it gets to the point to where you can clearly, for a fact, be sure and definite that it's gotten to the point to where humans have got to the point to where they are um, enjoying hurting and harming each other physically, mentally, and emotionally, then you should pray that all of them die, just like Not for Drug Front and what was that guy's name? Oh, Elliot. I think God would do this to you. I think God would find many people that think just like you and do the same thing to all those people. I think if God came here and wiped people off of this earth, he would find every person that liked to hurt and harm people mentally, physically, and emotionally, just like you, and use you as an example to find the others and kill them. So I think that's exactly what should happen, especially if that's in the Bible. If God said he's going to come back and do that one day, I think that's exactly what he should do. And I would literally use you as an example to go and find everyone else that thought like you. And I would find different variations of that. So I could find the ones that were like, just evil, bad, good, or whatever. I would find all humans who indulge and who um, enjoyed hurting and harming other humans physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I would just gather you guys all up and just remove you from this earth, just like God, and do exactly what he said that he was going to do if I could finish God's work for him. Because I think that's what he planned to do. He planned to come back here and find all of those who refuse to learn how to use their minds in order to understand the other humans and how to think. And I think that one day he said, hey, if you guys don't learn how to do this, I'm going to come back and kill y'all. So I think she gets to the point. I think I'm about ready for God to come back to earth and get rid of all the people that are hurting and harming all the other humans who don't understand this. I think that'd be amazing. And I think that's what needs to happen right now. I think God should use our minds, like to find all of them, like what's that? Oh yeah, X-Men. Like what if we could hone in? Like, yeah, I think that's exactly what should happen to all humans on this earth. I don't think anyone should be spared. I don't think anyone should be forgiven. I don't think anyone should have any type of remorse. Why? Because of the pattern and nature of humans, they'd eventually get back to doing the same exact thing. There's no such thing as God. I don't believe in God. You're going to get nowhere with that comment. Just thought I'd let you know. There's no logic in what I'm saying. I believe in the devil. Everyone should die. I think your whole entire town should get flooded, actually. I think I should show up and arrest everyone that you know and love. I think that your electricity should go out. I hope a bomb from Iraq comes over from Iraq and blows up whatever town that you live in. And I hope God finds a way eventually to stop people from like you from existing in terms of hurting and harming other humans, to stop the cycle this of this being taught. I think you'd be a great example for that. And I think if God had to pick someone, he should pick you first. If you only knew what God was, you've taken something and you've separated it into two, evil and good. And that's why you're so confused right now. I don't have a complex. You're the one with the complex who has separated something and don't understand that you've been brainwashed into separating the idea of something that was never supposed to be separated. So I'm sorry, but you're not going to force me into your beliefs of whatever it is you're saying. I don't. What I believe is what I see and understanding. What I see and understand is that humans enjoy hurting and harming other humans. And what I see and understand is the true nature of humans, both men and women, and why they're doing everything that they're doing. Lifestyles that are being created in different cultures and countries, to where there's a connection between the men and women, a distinctive connection in terms of mentally, why they've created certain lifestyles in their countries and their regions, where those lifestyles are all different but have a very similar connection in terms of why they created them to survive amongst each other, right? You don't know that. You're not aware of that. Because if you were, you wouldn't be saying anything you're saying right now. I promise you wouldn't. If you truly knew the truth about men and the connection between all men and what I said to be the truth, none of what you would not be saying anything. Yeah, you'd be probably agreeing with me if anything. But you should go and kill yourself. We should go get knives and kill each other, actually. Since we're going to say things that don't make sense, I'm going to say random things. I'm going to say the most craziest, most evilest things. I'm a murderer. I like to kill people. I don't know. We should just, like, any horrible thing that you can think of it. Tell yourself that I'm the devil. Literally, that I'm a serial killer, all of that. Murderer, I don't know. Just tell yourself that, and just, I think that we're gonna fit better. We'll be better friends that way. We'll have better conversations that way. When you say things that you think that I'm supposed to be, you know, no. So when you start saying crazy things, like, I'm gonna start agreeing with you. You're gonna be like, what the? Yeah, no, I think that that's cool. Do you want to go shoot up a church? No? Okay. We should go bomb a Jewish temple. You don't want to go bomb any Jewish temples with me? You don't want to start a campaign to kill all Jewish people? Okay. I don't know what you thought this was. Boo. That's what God looks like, by the way. God looks exactly like what you just saw. You guys have created something and separated it to the point where you've called it good and evil. If you ever met God and saw, heard the thoughts and things, and just realized, you'd be scared shitless. Because you'd be like, oh my God, I thought he was supposed to be good. No. That's what you convince yourself of, because that's what you did. That's not the game that we were all ever playing. That's the game that you're playing. You're playing a game of lying, cheating, and stealing, separating good from evil. God never, he doesn't work like that. God will go and fuck your shit up when it needs to get fucked up to create a better place for everyone. Yes, he will. Low key. What? This is really good. No, you're right. This is really good. No, I actually have 2 flavors. I don't like showing my medical marijuana on camera, because I'm traumatized from getting blocked, suspended, and banned from other platforms from smoking, that I enjoy just being able to be my authentic self on here, and I don't promote smoking marijuana recreationally. If you do smoke marijuana, you should get a medical card, and that is my POV about marijuana and smoking and being healthy and stuff. So I'm medicating right now. Please don't judge me. And my state, it's legal. YouTube knows where I am. They know I'm in New York right now. It's legal here. We got dispensaries and stuff. So, and medical cards. So anyway, enough about that. Why do people always fascinated about talking about weed? It's an ignorance that I never could get. I think people, when I see a group of people sitting there forcing themselves, I feel like they're forcing themselves to create this like fake lifestyle of seeming cool just from boasting about marijuana, and it's ignorant. Like, how do I explain this? So when I buy my stuff, I just buy my stuff. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's cookies, peaches, cream, powder puff girls. I don't care if it's watermelon. I don't care if it's Devil's Advocate. I don't care. I'm not about to go and look at the label of whatever that person put on terms of the name of whatever I'm smoking. Why? I'm getting ready to put my music on, actually, in a minute. I wonder who's calling me. No, I got bored and came on here just to talk. You know, just because in the future I'm supposed to be like really famous, helping people. Wait till they come back and see these videos one day. You guys, I'm sorry. All right, this is a message for all my future fans and people and future me. Yes, I made this video. Yes, I left it up on YouTube. I did it for a reason. I wanted you guys to see who I was, and you know, and yeah, this is who I am. In the future, I'm pretty sure I'm most likely helping a lot of people. I have a whole bunch of money, and people keep coming to me for advice about God and spiritual stuff and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure one of you are going to come back, try to find this video, and say really bad things and use it to try to hurt and harm me and other humans. Judging by the difference that you separated good and evil, and you think that they're separate things, I'm going to ignore all of that in the future, because I am, and let you know that right now I'm purposely making this video so you can hear all the words that are coming out of my mouth and understand who and what you are and what it means to be human. Because in the future, I think I'm going to be helping you with that. So give me a little bit of respect. All right, so there's my POV for the future. The fuck? If you are who you are, and say you are, tell me who I am, and I know what I'm trying to do. What do I want? I love it. Wait, I'm gonna reread with it. Okay, give me a second, cause this is fun stuff. I'm laughing because I think humans are funny. Did you know? This is one of my biggest, like, about the humans, you know. When it comes to the humans, the Asian humans specifically, I think it's quite, I don't want to say funny, it's fascinating to me and scary at the same time. If you're Asian and watching this video, please explain yourself in the comments. Explain why your countries do this. This is and I want everyone else that's listening to me right now, this is the absolute truth. If you go to Asia as a black person, a person of dark skin color, they will be extremely excited. Imagine billions of grown-ass men, yes, I said it like that, and women sitting there obsessed with you and your skin color because of you and your skin color. Wouldn't you see that at first it'd be like, oh, okay, cool, great, oh my God, it's a lot of people, I feel like a celebrity. But then once you think about the reason of why they actually are fascinated, then it's kind of creepy. You're like, wait a minute, they're all stalking me because they've never seen a black person before. And it's not just about never seeing a black person. Just think about that for a minute. Now let me ask yourself this question. When you go to Mexico, do you see all the Mexicans gathering around the Chinese people and being, oh my God, they're Chinese. Oh my God, mira acá. Look at them. No, they don't do that. Do you see? This is why I said, if you're Asian, please explain yourself, because no other country does this. You're not going to sit here and tell me that. No. When Mexicans start becoming fascinated in the same way that Asians become fascinated of black people when they visit Asian countries, then I'll understand. And you can tell me I'm wrong. But I'm not wrong. There's a problem in this situation. You shouldn't ask questions you don't know. You know, I wouldn't. That's not a good question. You shouldn't ask questions that you don't really want to know the answer to. I really mean that. If you don't really know what it means to be human, how can you ask someone, are you not human? If you don't know what it really means to be black, how can you ask someone, are you black? If you see an African American person that grew up in the hood and you were taught to use the word black to refer to African American people that grew up in the hood, but you don't have any experience in terms of these people, and how can you go back and ask them, hey, are you black or are you African American? So if you go back and ask someone, hey, are you human? You don't know what it means to be human. And I wouldn't, I think you got the point. So that's why I said that. And no, it's not that they're isolated, dumb. Let me help you. Since we're trying to find ways to hurt and harm each other, and I like you. Asshole? Should I use that word? Just trying to find words to use because I know this is what you guys do. Was that the right response to dum? Never mind. Yeah, no, it's not because they're isolated. And the sad part that you think that it's because they're isolated is the problem. It's not because they're isolated, right? It is not because they're isolated. Mexicans are isolated in Mexico. You're not going to sit here and tell me that the isolated Mexicans should do the same thing. Isolated Mexicans don't do that. Isolated Russian people don't do that. Last time I checked, you go to Russia, Russian people don't gather around the black people and be like, oh, brother, look, black person, come. Yes, brother. No, it's not because of that. So you can't ignorantly go and say that, oh, it's because a group of people is isolated. No. If it were because that group of people is isolated, then all the other isolated groups of people of different shades of color would be doing it the same thing. That's the point. That's the whole point of this. It is not and has nothing. No. So no, that's an excuse. That's an excuse. There is nothing in the world that you can use as an excuse to explain away the nature of humans and not be able to use Asian humans as an example when it comes to their being fascinated with the black humans, and say that you can't use that as a way to determine the nature of all humans. No, I can use that as a way to determine the nature of all humans by focusing on the Asian humans and seeing what other humans they become obsessed with in their isolated environments, and find other humans that are isolated in their environments that do incest or do not do those things. And if you're not thinking logically like that, then we're not having a conversation. If you want to get ignorant again and start saying some stupid ass shit, we can do that too. I can get Tourette's. I used to pretend like I had Tourette's, like, just on purpose. That way, people couldn't go back and start saying bad things about me, and they would feel like crap when they'd be like, "Oh crap, he has Tourette's. Fuck you." You know what I mean? It kind of worked. It stops the bad people from being the bad people because they're like, "Oh crap, I can't fight with the person that has Tourette's because it makes me a bad person." At least they understand that. I mean, would you fight with a person that had Tourette's syndrome? I don't think anybody would. Who would fight with a person that has Tourette's syndrome, right? You should feel bad as a human being if you ever fought with a disabled person. If you, I'm sorry, that's not funny, right? That's not funny. But I don't see it as a thing out there. Actually, no. You probably have little kids out there going to look at. You probably got some. No, because humans are weird. I could totally see someone developing a fetish towards that. That's just creepy, scary, and wrong. Humans are full of crap. I feel like I'm talking to a stupid person, an insane person. You're talking to a very fucked up person that wants to go and kill some people and get an AK-47 and just go and fucking murder everyone in the goddamn airport. Literally, that's who you're talking to right now. Do you not realize that? I didn't say any of those things, sir. Your interpretation of the color blue and saying that it's red is not going to help you right now. Meaning, if you took anything I just said and changed into an interpretation to where you feel like I'm supposed to have that same interpretation and convince yourself that that's not going to work. That's one thing I can tell you. So, no. When I look up at the sky, it's green. When you look up at the sky, it's whatever color you want it to be. We're not having the same conversation right now. We never will be able to have the same conversation. The only conversations we can have are ignorant conversations. I can promise you that. Yeah, I am backtracking. I'm going all the way back. I really don't care about. Gosh, I just wish this earth would blow up and I wish a meteor would hit everybody. You have no idea. Maybe President Trump should go seek some real help. Actually, no. I hope President Trump sends ICE out to arrest as many immigrants, and I hope he bombs. Actually, I wish I could be just like Donald Trump. You know what? I I'm speaking like this because I learned it from Donald Trump. Okay, I literally sometimes feel like I want to think like him, and no, I'm not gonna let you make me feel that way. If I become president and decide that I want to go and bomb a couple people, and you sit here and tell me, no, the joke is on you, buddy. You're the one that needs to go backtrack. You're the one that needs to go and find some help. Why? Because one day the person that you're talking to could actually be someone that actually has to push a button that kills a lot of people in a country. And then you're going to be like, oh shit, I saw him on social media one day saying that, making jokes about that, to realize that one day he actually became the person, a person that had that much power that could do those types of things. I don't live in the same reality that you do. I think you should, in your reality, go and get whatever help in your reality, because the reality that I'm living in and that Mr. Trump is living in and everyone else is living in, it's not the same. I can tell you that much. I just know that we're using words to hurt and harm each other. I'm very fascinated right now by playing a game with you of using words to hurt and harm and to say any ridiculous thing that comes to mind in order to play that game with you, because I know it fascinates you. That's what I'm doing right now. If you don't think that I'm doing that, and if you don't think that we're doing that, then I'm not sure what we're doing. Excuse me. And all of this was for entertainment purposes, by the way, just in case like anyone goes back and looks at this, and if you work for the government and you try to go back and use this video against me and stuff, this is for entertainment purposes, and half of it was scripted, and it's, yeah, just thought I'd let you know. For all the, y'all know who I'm talking about. Anyway, that should be the name of my, I should create a TV show called The Mind of a Crazy Person. I should call up my producer and be like, hey, I got this idea from a guy on YouTube that made a comment on one of my lives. And then you wake up a couple months later, like literally you wake up a couple months later and you're scrolling on TV and you see a TV show and the name of it is called The Mind of a Crazy Person. Can I use that title? Do I have to ask you? I don't have to ask you for permission. Yeah. That's a nice name for a show, though. I would definitely create a show called The Mind of a Crazy Person and put everything in it that I just said, you know, just to break down like the minds of everybody from crazy bad things to crazy good things. Because not everything crazy is bad. You know, you could be something crazy like something funny, or something crazy like something, you know what I mean? You got different aspects of the human mind and how to break crazy down. So I feel like that would be a really good idea for a show, especially if you like present it in that way, you know, like, and just so people understood like what they were watching, like just watching crazy, like people just doing some crazy shit. I would watch that. I really would. Nah, no cap. I would definitely, I'd be down to do a project like that. We got any producers watching right now? You just heard the concept for this show. y'all want to hit me up. If you want to work it out, we can. And then you gotta give some credit to this guy right here because he came up with the he contributed to the title of the show. So there you go, bro. I'm gonna have to edit this part out of my video. Bro, I'm gonna have to edit this part out of my video. No word, but you should. You should. I'm leaving mine posted. No, so my lives right now, I'm doing like these videos and I'm leaving them on purpose, like so they can get posted on YouTube and whatnot. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was watching Doechii one day, and you know, Doechii, she just started in 2014. She wasn't famous. She just started like getting, I don't know like what it was before that, but if I'm not mistaken, like she lost her job or something like that, and then, you know, she just went hard with doing some crazy ass shit. So that's what I'm doing, some crazy ass shit. You gotta do some crazy ass shit if you want to get somewhere in this world, right? So I'm like, let me just post like random videos of me talking, just nonsense, crazy shit, whatever. But no, I watched her videos and went back and watched those videos that she actually made when she wasn't famous on her YouTube. That's what I did. So you should do that. I'm bored. Wait, what does ALR mean? Right? ALR, bro. I'm bored now. Does that mean I ain't gonna lie right now? I'm trying to learn my, you know, the acronyms, the words that people got going on nowadays. Does that stand for something or is that a typo? ALR. ALR, bro. I'm bored. You should go on Omegle or Monkey if you get bored. No, I was on there yesterday. Like, oh my God. Oh, word. No, like, if you get bored, check out Omegle. I'm not trying to promote for them right now. But nah, like, I discovered Omegle like 3 days ago. And if you don't know what it is, it's like this website where you log in and create an account. And every 5 seconds, like, it'll have a live of somebody from a random place in the world. And it's like thousands and billions of people using this app. So you're just scrolling. Yeah. Oh yeah, but there's like pervy people. I mean, yeah, I guess. So yeah, I mean, so okay. Okay. Yes, there's these kinds of people there. However, from a human perspective, in terms of this, when I go on this app, I'm sitting fascinated by just looking at all the like. I'm like, wow, this is how they think. This is what they do. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Like I'm just sitting there looking at all the humans doing stuff that I know and I know why they're doing it. You know, and so to sit there and like watch, it's extremely fascinating. So yes, I'm human to answer your question. Go back to talking crazy. You're so funny. Why does that excite people? You should go to my TikTok and watch all my videos. I post videos like this, but I talk about some real stuff though. But if you go to my TikTok and look at my videos, yes, you will find videos where I'm like talking about like spiritual stuff and then connect it to some crazy ass shit, and then like turn it back around and then keep it going. Yeah. No, but I'm really like trying to work on my career and becoming like this really famous superstar person. Nah, but it's funny live. I guess. I guess. No, but like, I don't know. I feel so not where I'm supposed to be right now. Like, if I can go to Mars right now, like if Mars had a plane or flight or something to where I could just be leaving, like, peace out, bitches. I'm good. I'm good. I'm packing my shit up. I'm going. Like, y'all got shit fucked up down there. I'm out. I would move to Mars tomorrow. Okay? I don't want to be here. The fuck? got me messed up. Ain't supposed to be this hard to live and survive. You know, I mean, if you knew that, if you knew truly that it's not supposed to be that hard to live and survive as a human, come on, like, wouldn't you like want to go to someplace else and not be? There's other places out there. It's not just Earth. You know, there's more. There's other places in the universe where, yeah, more women. Ha! I think, let me tell you, right? So Why? No, that's actually kind of true. They move, black people move their hands faster. Cause like white people, they use their hands, but I've never seen a white person like, I've never seen a white person. You know what I mean? And we all know what that means. You know what I mean? I've never even slow, even if you have to slow it down, like you slow it down, like, you know, if a black person slows their hands down, it has to, like, we speak. A black person can. We got our whole. I just realized that black African Americans have created their own sign language. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I just discovered something. Did African Americans create their own? Oh shit. Oh shit. No. But no, though. Like, think about that, because you got regular sign language, right? But black people could be in a room with no words, and not every culture can do this. Not every culture can. Not, like, no, like I've not even African countries. I don't know any African country that has. They don't know. That's just African Americans. That's some special ass shit. Just think about that for a minute. You're the only group of people anywhere on this earth, black as hell, that everyone knows about, that even has their own sign language. Now, how? Just saying, there could be African American aliens out there. Just saying. Just think about that for a minute. I could go down. I could go through a list of hand gestures right now that I could think of, and tell you what each one means, and go outside and do it in front of a white person. White people know what it means. White people know what it means because of the history of white and black people. But if you go to any other culture, they won't really know what it means right away. You'd have to go to an American white person. If you went in front of a white person from Canada, for example, and did that, or, they wouldn't know what it meant. Like, they're the only people that would know that we speak in a different language. Like, the white Americans somehow know. No, they speak in a different language. But a person from Europe, or, I mean, actually, no, UK, they can get it. They probably got the same thing over there. But I'm just saying, it. So why is it when white people move their hands, they don't speak? Like, think about that. I mean, why is it when I move my hands, he's saying something? Oh shit, he's dangerous. He's about to do something. But if you're a white person and you do that same thing, you can have the same attitude. No one's scared. They're just like, oh my God. Let's just wait, you guys. Oh, we're not scared yet. He's just moving his hands. I'm sorry. That was funny. Because white people were particular. Really? Really? I mean, I'm trying to think of all the elegant black people out there in situations where they may have rose their hands and have been misunderstood and misinterpreted by people, because that happens. You don't want to be black in public and put your hands up and people actually think you're saying something and you're not. Just saying. I mean, so African Americans have their own culture. So I get, like, I have to think about that. No, I'm gonna have to think about that though. That is a more put together and elegant than. I'm gonna use put together as a way of, because y'all got y'all's own culture, so that means something different in y'all's culture. Because that don't mean the same thing in the black culture. You tell somebody put together, they gonna think some whole other crazy ass shit. Oh, bro, I've been here for a long time, gang. All right, cool. Well, I mean, if you gotta go, I appreciate you being here and stuff. I'm gonna think about that though. I'm gonna really try to think of as many black people that I've interacted with that have come off elegant, and then the white people, and then you know, throughout my life, and I'm really gonna sit here and think about it though, because that's a good question. Like, I've just never seen anyone get knock yourself out. You're so funny. Yeah, no, I am. I don't want to stay on here too long. I was supposed to promote my music. Like, I got my mic here. I don't know if you can see it. I was supposed to be on here promoting my music, but I decided to just talk to people and make videos and stuff. So, and this is for promotional purposes anyway, for the future or for whatever anybody wants to watch it for. So, anyways, you have a good night. I'll talk to you soon, and thank you so much for watching and talking to me. All that good stuff. I'm about to listen to some of my music now, so see if we can get some more followers in here. If you guys are up late right now and you want to hear some new music, I'm an artist. My name is Timur, and I write music for other artists. I write music for artists that you hear on the radio, right? I'm registered with BMI, which is something music. It's a big music organization that I'm registered with that allows you to write music for other people and get paid for it. And so if there's any artists right now that are just randomly scrolling, you know, that want to maintain pure anonymity, anonymity, there you go. I had an accident, listen, anyway. I will write music for you. So if you want to hear some of my music, I'm going to play some right now. If you want to stick around for a few minutes, you do not have to click into my live and let me know that you're watching my video. Really don't care. But I'm just going to believe in God and tell myself that this is actually getting somewhere with the algorithm right now. And I'm going to play that music. If you like that music, all of my social media pages, my music pages are set up for you to be able to contact me and message me if you're interested in collaboration opportunities in terms of writing music and things like that. I just set that up recently. Hopefully I did a good job with it. And you can also email me and message me on social media, but I would recommend emailing because that's like the best. A lot of people be inboxing on social media. There's too many people on social media. Email me if you want to work with me. But I'm about to play some music. I just recently re-released some singles that I wrote. This past summer. I wrote literally 8 songs this past summer. I wrote them while I was in Atlanta. And it took me about 2 months to write 7 songs. And I was not focused on writing music, so keep that in mind. So I wrote these songs without even being focused on writing music. It just kind of happened. I released them in April. I started releasing them in April, and then I realized that I was not releasing my music properly or the correct way, and it wasn't getting to the producers and people that it was supposed to get to. So that's why I'm trying to see if y'all on here right now, eating, looking for something to do and stuff. You probably in a restaurant. You probably, I don't know what you're doing. Because that's what I would do. I would not be clicking into your live to let you know that I'm watching your video. I'm that kind of future celebrity, famous person. I've already made that decision in terms of what I want to be doing in the future while I'm scrolling on social media. So there you go. So I wrote some songs. Black Magic is called one of them. If you go to my social media, you will be able to see a lineup of my releases, just like shows that you'd see for a tour. So if you, right now I am writing a series of singles, a series of hits, a series of hit songs, in my mind, hit songs that just saying. And it's kind of like a tour, but the tour are the hits, are the singles, right? And on social media, because I don't have the luxury of going on tour and touring in front of a whole bunch of people right now because I have to take care of my family. I own a company, I have employees, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I have to pay people and stuff like that. So I can't do that. But I just decided that because I used to work in marketing for Fast Company and Inc. magazine, if you don't know who they are, look them up. Because of my experience with working in the publishing industry, it allowed me the opportunity to become familiar with an environment of, this world where, that I'm talking about, right? So, for example, I would be able to get a press pass. I know I'm supposed to be playing my music right now. I'm going to play it. I was able to get a press pass, and I could go into any building I wanted to go into as, media, which is kind of cool. That was really cool, actually. When you work in media and publishing, you get treated kind of like royalty. So let's say if you walk into a radio station, you pretty much get all access to wherever you want to go. No one's going to turn you down. Why? Because you're a huge publisher that can go back and say that they did some whatever. So they're going to treat you like royalty. So that was a cool part. Even the employees, if you work at the company, like you get treated, everyone gets treated the same because you still fall under the media category. So I did work, like I said, I worked in publishing. I worked for Fast Company Inc. magazine. So I do know a little bit about marketing, interacting and mingling with, high-end, well-known people and sitting in the library in the Fast Company office and flipping through books that people would submit and wish that we would put in our magazine and then end up taking all of these unpublished books home that I wasn't supposed to take home and putting them in my home library and reading them myself. They were good books, though. Good books. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Fast Company magazine was a cool place. So, and then I want people to see more of me as well. That's another reason why I'm on here doing these lives. Plus, when you go on live on Instagram and the other platforms, it doesn't automatically save your videos and post them. And I like the auto post feature that YouTube has. That way I don't have to go back and like download and repost. I can just finish this, end it, and boom, it gets posted right away. So if I get kidnapped, for example, I know exactly where to go. I'll go to my YouTube, record it, boom, oh my God, they're trying to kidnap me. And then there you go, I'm safe. I know YouTube will most likely save my life in a situation to where I needed that kind of assistance, so. Oh, that was funny. But anyway, I'm talking a lot. I'm getting ready to get to the music. It'd be nice if I knew that you guys actually wanted to hear the music so I didn't just keep rambling. Somebody could just tap in, jump in real quick and be like, hey, bro, play your fucking music or something. And then, like, yeah. A helpful hint would be greatly appreciated. I'll just play it. I'll just play it. Give me a second. I gotta find some batteries in my bag from my remote. God, my back hurts. What am I doing with my life? I need to make like $5,000 in less than 24 hours. Can someone help me with that? Can you please help me with that? No, I don't need any. No. But if you do want to give me money, I don't mind. I'll take it. Pay me for my music though. Just go and listen to my music. I get paid $1.29 every time you download it and listen to it, and I really appreciate that. Plus, you don't have to pay directly for it because you have a subscription, so just listen to it. No. It's not like you're paying for the dollar anyway. Not directly, I was going to take that money from you, though, when that check comes around. You're like, oh my God, why did I get charged for my subscription? Dude, I feel like I need a Red Bull. Or maybe I'm going through Red Bull withdrawal because I feel like my body is like sluggish and going down right now, and I don't know why. It's not the weed. You know what I mean? It's really not. I gotta figure out why I'm so like slow right now. Okay. Oh God. Where is... I'm looking for batteries so I can play my Roku. And play my music because I want to bother my next door neighbor because I know she doesn't like me. So, and she's sleeping right now. At least she's trying to. I'm gonna wake her up in about 5 minutes though. It's a little wake up call. She's like, "Oh my God, you're playing music." I'm like, "I know. You can't do anything about it. Leave me alone." So, like, in the future, I'm just saying, Doja. I'm like a male version of Doja. Except with the... No, I don't... Our music style is... I can write music for her, but I will not be, releasing music exactly like Doja, but I think we have similar personalities. She's a cool person. We're going to be future friends, so kind of works out. Yeah. Oh gosh, I still haven't found the batteries to put into this remote so I can play music. So I have this one.
Hi, you are
I have this
currently being
one
recorded.
neighbor. She has a demon inside of her, and it literally tries to attack me every time I come to my house. The demon that's inside of the lady, right? And I learned how to stop the demon from attacking us, or at least avoid it, if that makes any sense. Is this working? Hold on. Maybe are these dead? Are these dead too? These cannot be dead. No, these are not dead. Alright, let me change the input. Alright, I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe the batteries that I had already are actually charged. And I just don't know how to use the remote. God. Oh, word. That's exactly what it was. I know how to use the remote. Wow. Look at me. Bro, knock yourself out. Oh, word. You're still here. That's what's up. I appreciate it. We'd probably be friends if you're still here right now. Doing the same thing like what you doing? Nothing, nigga. So, okay. Alright, so clearly, it's something's happening, so. I'm not gonna play these songs all night, because I don't want to overwhelm myself, you know, from listening to my own music. Which can happen. My music is on Spotify at the moment. I did a soft release on Spotify. No, I'm sorry. It's on... Alright, so I'm gonna play this one first. Hey producers that decided to stick around and watch me while they ate their hors d'oeuvres and wish they didn't have to go to that important meeting tomorrow for A&R. Just watch me instead. Can you hear that? Oh yeah, my mic. This is me putting my time and effort in. Putting my work in. I'm gonna get my light. Alright, now you can see me. This song is called Wondering. If you guys have SoundCloud, go on SoundCloud and that's where you can find the song. So hurry up though, I got a meeting with the guys at the radio. So circles at my crew, I'm on the telephone. Making moves, hold up, I think it's time is gone. So So hurry up though, I got a meeting with the guys at the radio. I'm on the telephone, making moves, hold up, I think the time is gone. So hurry up though, I got a meeting with the guys at the radio. I'm on the telephone, I think the time is gone. So hurry up though, the guys at the radio. I got my crew, I'm on the telephone. Hold up, I think the time is gone. So hurry up though, got a meeting with the guys at the radio. So start to my crew, I'm on the telephone. Making moves, hold up, I think the time is gone. I think I tried this the other day. Alright, I'm gonna go to a different song. Alright, so that's called Wondering. You said you want your star, so I gave you a place to stay. Show me just who you are. Let me down like inside. I'm wondering who you are in the heart. Alright, this is Black Magic. This is one of my favorites. So I hope you like it. It always gets so personal. Something strange you just can't control. Feel the magic running through your soul. Black magic. Where you feel you just might explode. Make you feel down in your bones. Suck you dry and turn you into stone. Lose your soul, pay the price and turn it into gold. Superstition is writing on the wall. 2, 3. Lose my mind and you just never know. Lift a hand and might just do your soul. Something strange and unusual. Can't explain it and it's getting cold. It always gets so personal. Something strange you just can't control. Feel the magic running through your soul. Where you feel you just might explode. Feel it down in your bones. Suck you dry and turn you into stone. So be careful of that which is broken. Pay the price and turn it into gold. Listen close to what I'm telling you, cause it might be waiting in your room. It always gets so personal. Something strange you just can't control. Feel the magic running through your soul. Black magic, wave a finger, you just might as well. Make you feel it down in your bones. Suck you dry and turn you into stone. Black magic. I knew I was missing a song. That is what I'm missing. Mind is racing slow. Lonely, I'm losing patience slow. I can't stop the walls from speaking. I can't let go, no, I won't let go. One day God showed me everything that was wrong. All this war going on. Hey. One day God showed me children sick with no home, with nowhere else left to go. No. I said, oh, one day God He showed me we would be hungry. A different story, with no one else to call. So one day God showed me children don't know, so it's getting out of control. They don't know what's going on. Oh, what if God showed you a different story? Would you be worried if you had no place to go? What if God showed you a different story? Would you be worried if no one cared at all? What if God showed you a different story? Would you be worried if you had no place to go? What if God showed you a different story? Would you be worried if no one cared at all? So one day God showed me all these things that were wrong. All the people that were lost, nothing left to call home. I said one day God He showed me we would His story. We would still feel lonely like He was never there at all. So one day God showed me with different story. We would be worried like He didn't care at all. So one day God showed me people sick with no soul, with no hope left at all, and they don't know what they did wrong. What if God showed you a different story? Would you be worried if you had no place to go? So what if God showed you a different story? Would you be worried if no one gets it out? What if God showed you a different story? Would you be worried if you had no place to go? What if God showed you a different story? Would you be worried if no one gets it out? What if God showed you everything that was wrong? Get your lighters out. So what if God showed you everything that was wrong? Free Palestine. I wrote this. If you like it, let me know. Black magic. I wrote all these songs. These are all my songs. Something strange, you just can't draw. Feel the magic running through your soul. Like magic, wave a finger, might explode. Make you feel it down in your bones. Where's the charger from my phone? Pay the price and turn it into gold. On the wall. Hey. Lose my mind and you just never know. Lift a hand, I might just steal your soul. Something strange and unusual. Can't explain it in this getting cold. Personal. Something strange you just can't control. Feel the magic running through your soul. Make a wish, never know. Alright, I have to go. I've been on here for 86 minutes, y'all. I'm going on TikTok. Later. Oh my God, 86 minutes.